Hello, my name is Luis Alonso, and today I'm going to be trying to convince my audience into joining a nonprofit organization that I did some research on for my Speech 101 class. So today my outline is going to be on my laptop and not a physical copy. So I'm going to be talking about Africa. Africa is home to over 1 billion people, and it is the second largest continent on this planet. Also, Africa is home to 1,000 different types of species of animals, and it is home to 2,000 different types of birds. So because there is such a large amount of people and animals, there will be some problems. And what my organization does is try to solve these problems. So the credibility that I use in order to talk about this speech is I read some articles from the organization itself and an article from BBC News. So my organization is the African Wildlife Foundation. And I believe if you join, you won't be just helping an animal or a human. You'll be helping the entire continent of Africa. So now I'm going to be talking about more in-depth problems that they face, the organization. So the first one is wildlife. So because Africa is home to so many different animals, there are some animals that they're only in Africa, and that's what brings people into wanting what this animal has. An example being rhinos. So what this organization faces is poachers. So what these poachers do, for an example, a rhino, they kill the rhino and they saw off the rhino's tusk. Then what they do is they sell the tusk to the buyer who wants it, and that leads to more people wanting it because it's so rare, because this animal is only in Africa, that it leads the rhino's population to go down, which leads to endangerment, and then which sadly leads to extinction of the animal. Another thing is the environment. So there are certain landmarks in Africa where they shouldn't be interacted with human species, because us humans, we could potentially mess it up. And also the final thing is community. So what this organization does is they try to help the local community, trying to help the people get an education, and trying to show them how to grow crops, get clean water, things like that. So I'm gonna explain now what this organization does into trying to solve these problems. So with the diversity of species, what they do is they have their own not school, but kind of not army as well, but this kind of group of people, they call them rangers. So what these people do is they make sure that poachers don't get to the animal that these people want to buy the things that they have from. And the rangers also as well go to different local communities, and they try to show the communities how to grow crops, get clean water, and try to educate them as well. So, and also with the landmarks, like I was saying earlier, what they try to do is they try to enforce laws, trying to convince the government into trying to make these landmarks make sure that nobody touches them. And like I said earlier, communities are trying to give back, trying to show that community, a local community, and then trying to tell them to show other people from the different communities that come by here to show their community, and so on and so on. So if the audience wants to get involved with the organization, they have different bunch of ways that they could try to help the organization. One of those ways is money. You could donate to the organization, the African Wildlife Foundation. And there's also an event going on right now where they're matching $1 million. So once the donation reaches $1 million, they will match it. And all that will go into helping these animals, helping these landmarks, and helping the local people in Africa as well. So they also have different types of establishments around the world. So I know they have some in Europe. They have one, I think they have one or two here in the US. I know they have one in DC. And they also have some in Africa. You get in contact with them and ask them as well, what can you do in order to help their organization. Another one is pretty cool to me. They have careers where you can apply and you can actually have a career with the African Wildlife Foundation. And from there on, you help out Africa. I'm not sure. I think here in the U.S., I don't know if it's limited where you can only help, not help, but you can get a career here in the U.S. or in Africa. It's one of those two. I'm not, quite too sure though. And also social media. So social media, I know they have a Facebook, they have Instagram, they have Twitter. You can also get in contact with them there as well. So basically the goal of the African Wildlife Foundation is to help Africa. Help the animals, help the species that live in Africa, help humans that live in Africa, and the landmarks that are in Africa. So to get involved, go on your phone, go on your laptop, Google African Wildlife Foundation, and from there, there's so many different ways where you can get involved and help out Africa, help out the organization, fulfill their goals. And basically, you're not helping out just a rhino, or you're not helping out just a kid from an African country. You're helping the whole continent of Africa. And by you helping the whole continent of Africa, you're basically helping this planet. Thank you for listening to my speech.